I hope you're ready for some llama drama because in Don't Llama Dice, players are going to be rolling the dice, trying to get rid of their cards from their hand faster than their opponent so that they take fewer negative points. When a player crosses 40 points after any round, you're going to stop the game and the person who has the lowest score is going to win. So let's take a look at this game. You've got 3 dice right here ready to go that has pictures of llamas and the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. These are the special llama cards that cross the top. And you'll know that they're special because they've got that black llama pictured on the back. And the player deck, this whole card stack of cards here, players are going to receive have these gray llamas. So players are going to, after shuffling the deck, receive 6 cards. Let's take a look at my cards. I've got a 2-2, a 2, a 1, a 5, and a 6. Okay, so I'm playing over here, Lewis is playing over here. We're going to play a 2-player game. What I'm going to do is roll the dice. And I'm going to see I've got a 6, a 4, and a 1. Now what I'm allowed to do with my cards on my turn is you roll the dice and you say, I'm going to discard a card that matches these numbers, but only 1 card per die. So up to 3 cards in a roll am I allowed to discard. So I could get rid of my 1 and I could get rid of my 6. I don't have a 4. And even if I had duplicates of 1s and 6s, I could only do that if I had 2 6s showing. Would I be able to get rid of 2 6s? So I'm going to say I'm going to get rid of those 2 cards. My opponents don't know what I have in my hand, so I'm going to put those over here. And then I'm going to pass the dice. And the next player is going to roll the dice and hopefully be able to discard cards. Players are allowed to just stop rolling and they will just quit the round. But if you do so, you are taking points equal to the card you have, and any duplicates don't count. So I would, if I wanted to quit this next turn, would go out with 7 points. And the first one to trigger 40 ends the game and you don't win because you don't have the least amount, most likely. So I'm probably not going to quit just yet, and I know my opponent's not going to quit. So let's have him roll the dice. He rolled a llama, a 4, and a 3. So let's look at his hand. He's got a couple 1s, he's got a 4, and he's got a 3. No llamas, so let's have him discard the 3 and the 4. It is possible or legal for him to simply just discard 1. And the reason you would discard 1, let's have him do that just for fun, is because you are going to continue rolling and at some point you're going to press your luck a little bit too far. And I'll show you what happens when we do that. So he's going to keep that other card and say, it's okay, I'm going to be fine. So it passes back to me. I roll these dice and I look and it's a 5, 4, 2. I have a 2 and a 5, and I can't get rid of my other 2 2s though, but I am going to get rid of those guys, and I'm going to turn my cards over. That was my whole turn. You either roll the dice or you quit. He's going to roll now. Oh, we almost got the LLAMA party. If you roll 3 llamas, you don't discard any cards from your hand, and you will get rid of a point chip. You have 1 point chip and you have 10 point chips. So those are the 10 points, these are the 1 points, and you're allowed to get rid of one of those if you roll LLAMA Party, which is my name. They call llama drama something else, and there is a llama drama roll, but I call this, if you rolled that, a LLAMA Party. So he rolled a 3, and fortunately he's got a 3. So that 3 he kept from last time kept him in the round without having to take another card into his hand. That was really, really smart. See, you can play like that, and sometimes it really works in your favor. So if I want to quit, I will say I quit rolling, and I go out, and I will receive 2 points in chips, because I have a 2, and it doesn't matter how many I have, it's just 2 points. I'm going to do that, because the likelihood of me rolling 2 2s to get rid of both of my cards is unlikely, and then I would be taking more negative point cards, and I'll show you that in a sec. So I'm going out, he's going to roll. And he rolled a 2, 3, and a llama. He pushed his luck and didn't roll a 1 or a 6. So that's what I was afraid of. He is now going to have to look and take the llama, which is this card, the 2 or the 3, and put it into his hand. And he can keep rolling after that, or he can quit. If you ever quit a round and you have a llama in your hand, it's minus 10 points. But the llama is the most likely roll on the 6-sided die. It has 3. There's the llama, actually there's 2 on each die. So it's very, very likely that he's going to roll that. But taking a 2 is only 2 points, taking a 3 is only 3 points, taking the llama is 10. So there's a little bit of that kind of, should I take the likelier roll to get rid of, but it's a negative point that I may not be able to incur, or should I take something that I, can take as a penalty? That's up to you, that's up to the player. What he really needs right now is a 6, because the 1s, if he goes out, will stack and just be -1 point. Let's have him take the llama. I've been having him play a little wild and loose. I play a little bit more conservatively. I'm going to have him do that. So his whole turn after rolling was taking the one of the dice pictured because he couldn't get rid of one of his. So since I'm out, he's just going to roll again. And he can play until he either goes out of cards entirely or he quits. If a player goes out and plays all of their cards before other players, that ends the round and people will score up their points without getting to finish. So Lewis had a great opportunity for me not going out perfectly. He rolled a llama and a 3, and that llama just saved him. Remember, he took the llama. He's going to play the llama, and he's going to try yet again to roll and get a 1 or a 6. And he got a 1, so he's going to discard 1, 1 because he rolled 1, 1 on a die. And he's going to try again. And he got a 6. He got a 6, and at this point he's going to stop. He's going to say, I don't want to play anymore, and he's going to take 1 chip. Boom. And he discards, right? That stacks, and he puts it down there, and that's going to be the end of a round. I have 2. He has 1. He actually ended up doing better, but if I had caught him with all those cards in his hand, he would have had more points if I'd been able to go out entirely. No! So llama drama is a really unique situation that will end the round for everyone, and here's the circumstances. You roll the dice, let's say you get this result. You have a 6 and a 1, there is no 6 and a 1 to discard your card. This card will have had to be taken at some point, because if you look out here and say, well, there's no llamas and there's not a 5, and you can't take a card into your hand, that's llama drama. You take the entire row, add it to your score, and the entire round ends for everybody, and you will score that up. That's llama drama. That's worst case scenario. I like a Palama Party, when you get all 3 of your llamas and you're able to discard a chip back into the supply. And again, that chip, if you plan it right, could be a tenner. You can always trade in. Let's say you've been getting a couple 1s here and there over the course of a couple rounds. You can trade in 10 and then take the 110 chip for later to throw in. The other way to get rid of a chip is by going out entirely in the middle of a round, playing your last card in your hand into the supply. You will then be able to get rid of 1 chip and put it into the supply, lowering your score because you were able to discard your entire hand. So you get a score of 0 for that round, which is good, but you also lose those negative points. So this is Don't L.L.A.M.A Dice. It goes all the way up to 6 players. It can get chaotic and fun and silly and just... There's the luck of the dice, and it's just, you just roll them and you hope you get what you need to discard your hand and to not take all of the cards in that card row in one big llama drama sweep. So if you're ready for some mayhem, you're ready for some wild laughter and some fun and silliness, this game is nice, compact, lovely dice, fun, colorful cards, super easy to play and teach, then I think this is great for you. It is fun and silly, and you'll be hooting and hollering just like I was. Okay, everybody. I'll see you next time.